Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? It's only 3:41 in the morning. That's not too late, is it? Not too late for a giant PSA return. Let's go grab the PSA return. All right, so this is the one that had the cherry Zard in it, right? And I think it had some Tammy stuff in it. Aha, PSA sub. All right. The Ooyamas one, the October submission. So the October submissions number shall be 11, 10, 25. 25. There it is. All right, so there we go. And let's update our title. Giant group PSA return. No, oops. Number this. The one with Ooyamas and cherry Zard. All right, cool. So we've updated that. Let's go ahead and grab the link. We're going to head over to the returns channel. We're going to say add here. PSA return from October. The one with 2 Ooyamas and a cherry Zard. All right. Submission. Oops. Hold on. It's all about copy and paste here, guys. Let's grab this copy and paste. It says October, but it's funny because I posted it in November. All right, so we're going to jump over here. Submission number, and let's put this in. We're going to put the brackets in. Boom. All right, that's good. Did I already ping the Discord, by the way? I did not ping the Discord, so let's go ahead and proceed with that. Copy this. Add here. Oops. Add here. We're going live for Friday night. We're starting pretty late. We had a nice long daytime stream, I guess. I didn't want to start late. Kirsten and I were having a lot of conversations. We were hanging out, and then it was just a long hangout, and then we started talking about some heavy stuff, and we were just blah, blah, blah. We were talking. We are. All right, let's see. Her family's not doing very well, and it's a whole conversation. Hey, wait, that's me talking. Boop. All right, let's go ahead, and that's fun, right? We'll grab the website. We'll post it into the comment section here. You're fired for being late. What? You can't fire me. I'm the owner. All right, there we go. Was about to complain and be like, why we're so late. Yeah, we're talking about her family, unfortunately. You know, it's actually Karis's weekend, right? So she gets to stay up. She doesn't have to go to bed. So that's just kind of common. You guys know that on Friday and Saturday and Sunday nights, I could be very late on those days because Karis and I might end up hanging out on those days. We might even take Saturday off some days. But as you can see, we did not take Saturday off. So you are getting a live stream. Live streams are pretty important on the weekends, I think. All right, so I think all that's done. Now let's go over here. We're going to do the return right away, okay? So we're going to go to the PSA sub. Here are the cards in the return. There's 29 cards in it that aren't mine. You ready? Turn this down a little bit. Anthony Haymeyer, Mew Golden, Vending Pikachu, Ooyama, Anthony Haymeyer, Weiss Thor, Alexandra Noor, Cardos Nikkei Guilty, Alexandra Nivelarina Honest signature. I wrote her down as Alexander. That's funny. Damien Holdings, Topps War Machine, Topps Wolverine, Topps Ghost Rider, Topps Iron Fist. Those are really nice. So Damien Holdings has some serious stuff in here. Where's he been? Hot Camacho, Union Arena, Keiju 2, Jack Gray, Donald Trump Playboy, Jose Redondo, Gundam. Okay, so a Gundam, a Donald Trump. Joshua Whipple, Inferno Charizard. As you can see, the Inferno Charizard got a 10. Look at that. It's pretty good. He also has Inferno Dawn and I Need It SpongeBob. I Need It. Ivan Chiquilo, Prismatic Golden Pikachu. So that's Ivan Chiquilo. Man, I feel like some of these guys I haven't even seen in a little while. Mark J. Valerian, Mega Pidgeot. That sounds like a X-White Era card. He also has McDonald's Myrodon and XY Evolution's Machamp. NHCC, Merlin Stickers Jesse. Here's TME Low, Uta EB3, Trafalgar Law EB3, Nami EB3, and Koala EB3. Okay, and then finally Trevor Carpenter, Master Ball Flareon, Houndoom, Umbreon, and Slowpoke. Okay, pretty easy. I'm going to try and remember those now. We're going to start going through the pile and start separating my stuff from your stuff. You ready? You ready? I've only dropped over 3,000 CAD hunting on it with no avail. That sucks, man. Yeah, that sucks. Have we hosted a break for that Charizard yet? I don't know if we've hosted a break on that Charizard. I feel like we should. All right, we are logging in, I guess. Oh, there it goes. Wow, that was slow. Let me have a drink of my drinky drink. I'm trying to turn the comment section on. Peter Schiff, I warned you. The great rotation has begun. Here's how to make your money back. Uh-oh. All right, let's see. How about our live stream? I just want to see our own comment section. Here it is. Peter Schiff is an outspoken crypto critic, and so he's loving the crypto crash right now. But it's funny because he's a gold guy, so he owns a bunch of gold. And gold's not exactly up either. Gold's kind of falling back down in price. So it's funny watching him beat up on crypto while he himself has a speculative asset called gold. All right, let's get started. Gengar, wow. That is a top tier card right there. Really rare too. Huh, look at that. That looks kind of off center, don't you think? They still gave that a 10. How'd they decide that? I'll take it. Here's Squirtle. Here's a Deoxys 9. Okay. Oh, Ampharos. Tyranitar. Ah, there it goes. I don't like that they get stuck in there. Appears to be fine, though. I'm looking at it. Okay. Tyranitar 10. I'm very happy with that. I like Tyranitar. Big fan over here. Here's a Dragonair. Here's a Totodile 10. Wow, that is so cool. Wow. Gyarados. Happy you got the returns. Yeah, a lot of poker cards again. All my regular cards went to... Wow, we got another Charizard to add to my Charizard collection. All my regular cards, they went to Tag. So PSA was getting all of the poker cards. Tag was getting all the regular cards, like the TCG cards. So that's why you see so many poker cards here. I figured we'll get the different companies doing different jobs. Because Tag doesn't grade... Oh, here we go. Okay, Nami. Nami got a 9. This looks like it's mine. That's mine. Playboy Trump. Kafka, he got an 8 or 9. Here's Iron Fist. Ghost Rider got a 10. That's huge. Wolverine Signature got a 10. That's huge. Jirachi, that looks like one of mine. Pikachu XY Evolutions. Was that a Mark 1? No, this must be mine then. Okay, but here is Machamp, and that is his, and that's an 8. Here's Myrodon getting an 8. Ooh, the Mega Pidgeot picking up a nice 10. Congrats, dude. Here's a Golden Pikachu. I don't remember anyone else having this one. Was there a Golden Pikachu with anyone? Mew Gold. I guess this one's mine, huh? All right. Wow, that's a really sucky grade. I got an 8. Wonder what was wrong with it. We'll have a better look later. Here's a Blaine's Charmander. Wow, that's really sad that it got a 9. Heracross 8 from Heart Gold Soul Silver. Wow. Oh, man, that looks cool. Look at that. Man, that's neat. Those cards would probably still cost like $50 or something. Look at this. This is a promo card when I was selling Asuka. Wow, wow. We look away, kids. Cyberturn Day? Yes. Oh, yeah, I actually saw it slide further up. Oh, my God. That's so annoying. Get out of here. There it goes. So when I banged on the table, it went further up, I feel. There it goes. All right, so they got to change their slabs or something. Look at these Mario cards. Aren't those hot? Oh, man, those are good. I've sold that Mario a couple times now. He sells for 100. Beautiful card. Look at this. This got a 9. Damn, but all right, 9. Totodil's a 10. Cubone's a 10. Luigi's a 10. Oh, it did it again. It did it again. I bumped it, and it actually slid further up. Oh, my God. There it goes. All right. Here's Mario. Now, look at that. That is a top card right there. The Joker Bowser is so good looking. Blue deck 2. That's too loose. Got any slabs in this one? 6. I don't think 6 has any in this one. All right. A lot of these are just mine, it looks like. Maybe if I just very gently. Yeah, oh, there it goes. So very gently it came out. Here's Princess Peach. Oh, there it goes. Okay, you don't need that much pressure. You just need a little bit. There it goes. Oh, man, I'm over here like slamming it. Oh, it comes right out. Whoa, look at that Yoshi. Wow, that Yoshi will sell. Here's Vaporeon 10. Mario 10. Baby Yoshi. Oh, look at that. It just falls right out. Oh, it's one of those physics things, isn't it? Oh, my God. Here I am, like, slamming it as hard as I can, and it just falls right out if you just wiggle it a little bit. All right. Well, lesson learned. So, we're still going. Here, obviously, it's the big Charizard. Luigi. Raikou got an 8. Peach. Beedrill. Ammonite. I think this one's just mine. He got an 8. All right, now here's a Master Ball. I suspect, yeah, that's Trevor's. Trevor got a 7 on that. He got a 9 on Umbreon. He got a 9 on Houndoom. Here's the Alexandra Guilty, got a 9. Jesus. Here's the, look at that Rare Plus, huh? Gundam. That got a 10. That looks great. Here's one of the Ooyamas, got a 6, which they upcharged for the 6, if you can believe that. They did an upcharge on that. That's crazy, isn't it? Upcharge on a 6, like what? Magneto. What is this one called? It's called Dorothy. I think this is mine. So Dorothy, signature card, that can go in the waifu shuffles now. Gotta have waifus for the waifu shuffle, you know. Here's Koala from EV3. That's going to be Miss Tammy. Got a 9. I think this is mine. I don't think anyone else submitted Yu-Gi-Ohs, did they? All 9s and 8s. That sucks. PSA refused to grade a bunch of poker cards. It really upset me because I waited so long for these to come back. But they wouldn't... Look, they didn't grade these... They didn't grade this one either. What's wrong with this one? Oh, that's so stupid. Return to customer unprocessed. They don't even say why. This is part of the Leaf Green deck, so what would be wrong with it? It's a freshly opened deck. And then this one over here, they just refused to identify the Kirby cards. So I got kind of hosed out of a lot of cards that I should have been getting back. And they just said, pass. I don't like that. You know, I waited I waited like half a year for this to come back. Just for them to say, we're not going to work on it? Like, come on, dude. Okay, here's a Silver Umbreon. Here's a Cyndaquil. Here's another Dragonite. So we got a couple more of those. So that means I opened up a pretty expensive silver deck. All right, we have Uda. So that looks really great. And you know what? That is a heavy slab. Wow, these are both heavy slabs. You're going to like this, Tammy. They're in heavy slabs. Wow. So those are cool. Here's Pikachu 10, looking fantastic. Now look at this BS. So not only did they refuse to grade like, I want to say like 15 cards in the order, they encapsulated these two wrong. They're supposed to be like this. Come on, bro! What do I even do here? Do I have to send it back to them? Oh, it's so stupid. Oh my God, bro. I don't know. I'll say rare PSA mistake. Here's Suicune. Look, here's another one. That's 3 of them. They graded 3 of them wrong. It is a lovely blooper, by the way. I guess if you just wanted like a nice Mario back, that would be a good reason to not re-encapsulate these. Here's a gold deck Umbreon. Ooh, that's gold deck part 2. Oh, that's special. All right, it's backwards. Yep, it's backwards. Pretty dumb. Pretty dang dumb. We'll move some slabs around over here. Okay, and now we're going to place these here. Come on, PSA. Now look at this. Oh, yeah, another Bowser 10. That's money. We're going to be making money on that Bowser for sure. Lucky grades here. We got this Mario. We got red. An Ace of Spades Pikachu, like the Tyranitar, is a huge pull. I'll probably just be keeping this one. I don't know. I could sell it. Ace of Spades Pikachu? Man, that is top tier. That's like a chase card from the poker cards for sure. Gym leaders. Here's Charmander. Now look at this. This also made me very happy. So here are two of the best grades in the whole pile other than the Tyranitar. Look at this, guys. That's huge. An Ace of Spades Pikachu and a Poker Charizard managed to grab another 10. These do not always grade 10. They don't. Now, I kind of pick out the ones I want to grade just because they got a better chance. You could tell when you flip them over. They look like, oh, this one's going to grade 10. Send it out. Right, like I hold back some of the ones that don't look like they're worth grading for now. Later on, maybe the 9s are worth grading too, but these happen to be 10s. That's huge. That's huge. That's a lot of money. Okay, there's Pikachu. And here's Charizard. All right. Very good. Wow. These used to cost not that much. This Charizard used to be like a $600 card. In fact, I think I have proof of that. Let me look it up. He would be called the 4 of Clubs. Let's see what happens if I search. Long time ago, this wasn't a very expensive card. Charizard 4 of Clubs. All right. So look at this one. $645. Right there, you see that? $645. Now, if you look up Charizard, if you look up the last sold, you get a number that looks more like this right here. June 15th, 2,700. Wow. Times are changing for the poker cards, in my opinion. People are more and more aware of them. So cool. All right. Those would be ones that I'll probably hold, like a Greedy Guts. I have the best Charizard poker card collection in the world. So you're going to have to call me the Poker Card King or something. I don't know. Here's Bulbasaur. Here's Squirtle. Here's Magikarp. Here's Professor Oak. Nice. Meowth 10 and a Lugia 10. That's another really cool one. Ace of Spades Lugia. He's from the silver deck. That was one of the earliest poker cards that we thought immediately was really neat. All right, so one last big pile to go through. There you go. Wow, we're only 19 minutes in. We went fast this time. Sorry for showing up so late, guys. Obviously, the stream should have started almost 2 hours ago. When we have a very late night like this, it's always tempting to cancel it, but I figure better late than never for the hardcore fans like you guys who definitely want to come in here and hang out real late. Here's Trafalgar Law. EV3 got a 10. That's nice. Okay, and now we've got Umbreon 8. That sucks. Silver Kurumi. Is this mine? I guess this is mine. Is this mine? I don't remember reading off a Kurumi on the returns list, so that's mine. Here, let's just keep stacking it up a little bit. Here's a birthday Pikachu. That looks like it's mine as well. Damn, I thought you were skipping tonight. Another Poker Char Glizzard to the PC. Squirtle from Team Up got a 10? Oh, man, that's huge. That's huge. I didn't think it was going to do that. That's huge. That's a lot of money. Wow. So this being a PSA 10, this is going to end up being like a $500 card, maybe up to $1,000. $1,000 is pushing it, but if you go look it up, it could be really expensive. Here is a leaf green Tentacool. That's right, we grade even the Tentacool. Why not? Here's a Ninetales from Leaf Green. Charmander from Leaf Green. Wonderful. Here's a Magikarp. So the Magikarp and the Gyarados can be placed together. I think I sold those together once before. Just a lot of poker cards. Again, Tag's got the regular cards. Squirtle Quest Sticker Cardos got a 9. Damn. God, it would be so much better if it was a 10. It'd be so expensive as a 10. All right. Oh, well. Look at this. Here's that Jessie. So somebody got a nice Merlin Sticker 10. That'll be worth a couple hundred. Good, 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 good. That was NHCC. Here's Mr. Mime. Here's... What month is this from? October. Here's Dratini. Here's Kabutops. Here's Ivysaur. Here's Professor Burnett. Okay, I guess I graded that. I need it. Look at that. Almost got a 10. Okay, that'd be really expensive as a 10. Here's Fossil Krabby, got a 10. Wow. Just the one Fossil Krabby being sent out by himself. You know what that tells me? I probably was picking through a booster pack of commons, and that was the only one that looked viable. Now, here is a golden Mew. I believe that was at the very beginning of the returns for you guys. Here's Jake. Who is this, Finn? Is this a regrade? That looks like a regrade to me. So let's go over here to the regrades channel. Regrades. And let's just scroll up a bunch. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. You can't even hear the music. The music's down so low. All right. The Flying Pikachu was a tag regrade. You know how he felt like super random? That's because he is super random. He's a regrade. All right, let's see. I'm just looking all over. I'm looking at all the potential regrades. I took a picture of a lot of stuff. Wow. I think some of this is already returned, though. So I'm going to scroll back down here. Scroll, 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 scroll. There's that Mew. Anything else I should be looking out for? The Honest was a regrade. That's so sad. Let's see. Okay, this was a BGS 9.5, and now it's a PSA 10. So this was BGS 9.5, upgraded into PSA 10. That's excellent. Okay, here's Pikachu 10. Here's Dawn. Okay, I think that's one of your guys's. Here's Iron Leaves. I don't remember grading this. Is this mine? Deepened Bond Miyoyuki. Oh my god. Ruby Sapphire Beautifly. Wow, that's Spanish too. That's cool, huh? Here, let me scroll down a bit more. Let me see if anything... You guys, that Staff Lunatone we just sold, and it was a PSA 10, that was formerly a Tag 9. So I regraded that successfully into a PSA 10. That's so cool. And then it looks like the Moltres was a regrade. What? Look at this! Look at this! Graded PSA 6, regrading to PSA. So I cracked that Squirtle. It was PSA 6, and it came back PSA 9. Oh my god, what a stupid... That is so dumb, dude. That regraded into a PSA 9. Oh my gosh, any other interesting things to be on the lookout for? That's so ridiculous. You know, the fact that I cracked it and regraded it, look at this. Look at this. This graded PSA 9 with no visible flaws other than a tiny dot impression on the back, considered borderline to me, regrading with PSA. We just got a Tyranitar 10 back from PSA. Oh my god, bro. Any others to look out for? I'm just looking around for any others to keep an eye out for. Let's see. Still scrolling down. Okay, so we're done scrolling through that channel. Wow, that's so interesting. We managed to regrade Tyranitar from a 9 into a 10 by regrading it with PSA. It was already graded by PSA, and I disagreed with their assessment. Here's Gyarados. Here's Tyranitar. Wow, is this mine? Holy hell, dude. Whoa. Dorothy. Rocket Zapdos. Mimikyu 9. This is a part of a regrade as well. So if we scroll up here, check this out. So the hold on. There's so many cards that got cracked. I have to scan through. All right. So the Zapdos turned into a 10. This is on the regrade list. The Zapdos is. Give me a second. There it is. It was a no. So the Rocket Zapdos was actually a tag 8.5 right here. See, 8.5. I didn't agree with it. And then look, this guy got regraded as well. Was tag 9, back off centering. So we regraded both of these. But look, this one. Look, see, to PSA. So it came back and it actually went from an 8.5 to a 10. That's huge. So tag was grading too harsh, and I said, I don't agree with that. And then the Mimikyu went from a tag 9 to a PSA 9. Looks like I just did not get lucky with this one. He was just too off center. But okay, so that's all right. That's still really crazy if you think about it. So the Rocket Zapdos goes from 8.5 to PSA 10. That's not a good look for tag. That's not a good look that they grade too harsh. I told you tag's really tough, guys. If we've ever had a tag break up here and I'm like, I think tag's tougher than PSA. You know why I say that? From a lot of experimentation. You build that opinion from grading with a lot of cards. You grade with one company, then the other company, then the other company. You just do it over and over and over again until you really start to develop a feel for it. And, you know, that feel is subjective, but it can be a little bit accurate, you know. It can actually be pretty close to how it is. And I think we've kind of described it here. All right, so I think these are mine, but this is not mine. Look at that. War Machine out of 39. Wow, that's cool, man. That got a 10. Here's Thor and his stamped Thor. Very cool. Here's the other Ooyamas Pikachu, okay. Here's a Vaporeon from Eevee Heroes. Did I grade this one? All right, this one's mine. That got a 10. Dark Gyarados 10. Wow. That's so cool. Okay. Here's Electros 9. Bummer. Tyranitar 8. Bummer. Minchino. Bummer. Jake the Dog. Very cute. And this is a huge bummer. So this one went off to BGS and got a 9.5, and then we regraded it with PSA, and they gave it a 9. So I don't know why they gave it a 9. I don't know why they gave it a 9, but they decided this is a 9, huh? Guess we should have kept it with BGS, huh? We might have to send it back to BGS. We'll see. All right. And then finally, Mudkip and on his Sparkling Summer signature. Now, this is Nivalarina. Pretty interesting. Nivalarina. Okay, there we go. I regret selling my Tyranitar poker card. I never see it anywhere. You got one? How did you get it? Did you get it from me? You must have gotten it from me, because I don't know anyone else who was grading them. But, or there's probably like one or two other people, or maybe you graded it yourself. So we're officially ready to begin. Let me go ahead and make a timestamp. We're at the 29-minute mark. So I'm going to go in here to the returns channel and say starts around 29 minutes. All right, so to help people jump straight to when we're actually showing off the cards. Back to the PSA list. It starts off with Anthony Haymeyer stuff. 2 vending Ooyamas, the Thor, and the Mew Golden. So here's Win. Here's the Thor. Very cute. And here's the Golden Mew. All right. So far, so good. Second here. Start cracking through these. Ooyamas Pikachu. So there we go. So we got a 6, a 7, a 9, and a 10. Those Ooyamas were both upcharges, if you guys can believe it. They're upcharging for 6s and 7s. It's so crazy. You know what is sad, though? I used to have a PSA 10 Ooyama, and I sold it because I'm not a Pikachu fan. I actually sold it to Jennifer Yap, I'm pretty sure. And at the time, I think it sold for like $900 or something like that. It's probably like a $10,000 Pikachu or more. So I should have never, it's probably like $20,000. So I should have never sold it. I didn't know that. Nobody knew that was going to happen. So, you know, we are. Lucky for me, I just have a lot of cards that I didn't sell in 2023, 2024. I have too many cards to sell fast, you know. So lucky for me, I held on to a lot of good cards. But, you know, I didn't expect that. And Ooyama, I'm not like a Pikachu fan, so I just didn't care that much. I was like, yeah, you can have my Pikachu. Boy, that card was it was a very good hold, and hopefully she didn't sell it. Hopefully she held it. All right, I will do consignment for all my cards. Anthony Haymeyer. Okay, Anthony Haymeyer saying something important. He wants to consign. So consignment means you guys are going to get a crack at this. What we're going to do, Mr. Anthony, I'm going to begin by writing your name at the bottom, okay? That way they're already prepped. Hopefully we can get these sold for you. Anthony Haymeyer. You got a longer name, bro. You're gonna wear my markers out. All right. I'm gonna have to do an upcharge on the markers. Must be fun signing paperwork for like buying a new home with a long name, you know. Okay. Read Tammy's messages. Isn't Niville Arena Alexandra's? Cardos Nikkei. Oh, good. Okay. Well, it's right at the top, so I should be able to find it quickly. Good catch. I'm sure we would have noticed that as we got to it. Luckily, it's not buried at all. Buried. Some people use the word, they pronounce it as bury. All right, cool. So I'm going to put this on top of the slabs as if we're getting ready to sell them. Because we are getting ready to sell them. Now, Alexandra Noor, she's next, in fact. So she got a cute Ani's card here, and it got a 9. Wow. All right. Let's find that Nikkei card next. Nikkei. Ah, here it is. Nikkei right there. So you got a 9 on the guilty. Darn. And then you got a 9 on the Anis. Consign me too. Tammy stuff on consignment. You got it. There we go. Oops. Throw this away. Do we have a new one? Yes, right here. Tear the sticky part off. I don't trust waifu cards to go up in values. All right, maybe that one. You never know. You never know. Remember, the original reason people collected was not because they were speculating on an investment. The original reason people collected cards was just to have something that they thought looked nice. Right? You can't lose sight of that. That's the real reason people collect. They want something that looks nice. And if the only way you bought cards is by betting which one will go up, you might as well just buy stocks at that point. Because, you know, stocks go up too. You're just making a financial decision. You're not having fun. So having fun includes... Oops. Oh, I spelled this wrong. God damn it. I'll fix that for her. Did I spell the other one wrong too? Ah, I spelled it right. Good. I spelled it Alexander. All right, there we go. Good. Right, like if you just wanted to make money, go buy some like tech stocks or something, you know? Although it's hard to argue with how well Pokemon's done recently, but we don't know if he'll keep doing that. All right, you ready? So, next up, Mr. Damien. He's got War Machine, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and Iron Fist. Wait, so then this one's mine. Because he doesn't have a Magneto. Okay. It would make sense that I might have some Marvel cards myself. I think at the time, Brandon was giving me some cards. War Machine. These slabs are so heavy now. Wolverine. Oh, that's looking good. Ghost Rider and Iron Fist. I'll throw the Iron Fist away so it doesn't ruin the appearance of the other 10s. He doesn't remain in that group. He can't be there. He's not good enough. He's unacceptable. Isn't that a fun word? That's a fun word, unacceptable. All right, Iron Fist. There we go. Good. Ghost Rider. Out of 99, huh? Nice 10 on the Ghost Rider. That's Damien Holdings. Damien's here? I doubt he's here. All right, this is an autographed card of Wolverine. So wild. Okay. And War Machine. We sold a lot of these Topps Marvel cards for a while. And then they kind of died off. They got more expensive is what happened. And as they got more expensive, people were like, you know what? This isn't as fun anymore. Isn't that interesting? Eventually, a card set goes up in value enough that no one's willing to risk their money on it anymore. And that's when the sales end. And it's time to move on to the next thing. Okay. One more. Congratulations on the 10s, Mr. Damien. Good. You should have seen how much shipping Miss Alexis got done today. Humongous box of boxes. So full. So much stuff. Here's Mr. Hot Camacho, Union Arena Keiju. Union Arena Keiju. Okay. She got so much done. Here it is. 8 months. Typical PSA waiting. Yeah, it's gotten pretty bad. Kafka Hibino. Is that right? 063? Yep, that's the one. Got a 9. Ooh. 2-star Siggy, but it got a 9. That sucks. Hot Camacho. Good. We have so many cards to pump the live customs and Poke Shuffles up with now. Isn't that nice? Jack Gray's got the Donald Trump Playboy. What'd you get? You got an 8? Close, but not a 10. Boy, this card would be so expensive in a 10. So we pull these out of the Playboy packs on the menu. Give those a try. If you pull the Donald Trump vintage card from 1995 and it grades 10, it goes for a lot of money, even if you don't like the guy. Here you go, Mr. Jack. I'm sure we can still send these into grade with BGS or with CGC if you guys wish. Those are still open. Jose Redondo, he's got a Gundam card. Now, he did very well on his Gundam card. Here it is, Jose Redondo. Shenlong Gundam. Shenlong, huh? Come on now. Okay, Gundam. We actually just finished selling out of Gundam, didn't we? Or do we still have a couple packs? I think I removed it from the menu anyways. Jose Redondo. There it goes. Now it's like waiting for a baby. It's a funny comparison. All right, Joshua Whipple. Inferno Charizard. So congratulations. Let's see. Here it is. The Inferno Charizard 10. Inferno Dawn. And I Need It SpongeBob. So this gets a 10. Look at this. Are you guys not jealous of this a little bit? Look at that. Okay. Put that there. That's Nami. Badoop, badoop. I need it. Okay, that got a 9. And here's the Dawn, which also got a 9. Kind of a bummer, but the most important card got a 10. All good. Okay. And we'll grab this. Good. I was pretty happy with that Gengar that slipped by as a 10. That was pretty surprising, huh? I did not expect that one to get a 10. I actually remember that. I opened up that green deck, and it was pretty off-centered. a lot of the deck was. So I ended up grading like half the deck. All right, and I tossed in the Gengar expecting a 9 on it, but I figured a 9 on a Gengar is still good. Okay, there it goes. Very nice. So now we've got Ivan Jaquila, the Prismatic Golden Pikachu. Oh, that was somebody else's. That one was not mine. Ugh. I gotta go hunt it down now, Gouache. All right, where was he? Golden Pikachu. He's way down this pile, isn't he? Phooey, man. I should have known, because I didn't have a memory of sending one of those off, but that happens a lot, actually. I'll, like, send something off and I don't recognize it. I'll be like, is this really mine? And it'll turn out that it is. A lot of Mario. Here's this Espeon. This Espeon's got me wondering if that's part of a regrade of an Espeon and an Umbreon that I did. Okay, grab some of these. Ah, here it is. Golden Pikachu. Boop. That didn't take too long. But now I got all these slabs to fix. I got to put them back in a stack so that they don't fall over. Oh, they're going to fall over for sure. They're going to fall over. Oh. God dang, dude. They're so slippery. I'll put these back on top. All right, so now I have a Leaning Tower of Pizza over there. All right, Ivan Jaquilo. He's got the Golden Pikachu. Now, we're getting close to the end here, guys. Feel free to start sending in any orders if you wanted to have fun tonight. It is a Friday night. I'll stay on as late as possible for you guys. We don't have to wrap up too soon. Ooh. I know I started late, but I'll stay on as late as I can for everybody here. And we can sip wine. We can talk about life. Okay, so next up, we got Mark's Mega Pidgeot with the 10. That's nice. Here's the Miraidon, and here's the Machamp. So the other two grades, not so nice. Just the one card was nice. Good night, guys. How's everybody's night going? Hey, what's up, Team Rocket Grunt? We're doing the returns right now. We saw a lot of cool cards come back. We saw some regrades come back. That's pretty important. I suspect that there's an Espeon Umbreon that's a regrade. And the Umbreon graded 10. So I think that that actually was a successful regrade. All right, so we're going to be giving this to Mark. Here you go, Mark Valerian. Be careful with Mark's stuff because you turn your head around and you'll be like, give it all away. He's like, I don't even want it. You can have it. Whoa. Okay, Mark. We have so many slabs now, guys. 3 returns. Of course, they're selling fast. And I honestly don't know how far away we are from the next tag submission coming back, but hopefully soon. All right, so Mark's done. The Merlin sticker is NHCCs. Here it is. Oops. There we go. Nice little 10 on that. Regraded a 10. Nice. We regraded a couple cards into a 10. Looks like I regraded a Tyranitar into a 10. Okay, so this is Jesse for NHCC. Okay. Take a quick picture of this. He'll probably ask for that. Jumping in here. Actually, I'm supposed to take a picture of Miss Alexandra's stuff, I think. So, let me take a quick picture. All right, and we'll just post this now. All right. Yo, what's hood? That's me, Jesse. Can we get a picture of it? Just did it. Now, let's see. Tammy, Uta, Trafalgar Law, Nami, and Koala. You want them all consigned. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. I'm interested in those regrades. You usually write down the grade before you send it in, right? Yes, you're interested in seeing some outcomes, huh? Yeah, me too. So one of the regrades was a Quest sticker Squirtle that got a 6 with PSA. And then I cracked it and sent it back to PSA. And this time it got a 9. Wow. Huge upgrade from 6 to 9. I mean, it's a big deal. There's a lot of money in a 9 and almost none in a 6. Okay, Tammy. Tammy. Tammy 1. I'm just, no, I better write you down as Tammy. Tammy 2. I was going to say, I can write down Tam. But we actually have somebody in the stream now named Tam. And Tammy 4. Thanks, Mr. the Naruto tin, too, since we're shipping out slabs first. Yeah, there's... Oh, you want a picture of the Naruto tin? I didn't think of that. Do I still have that? I think I do. So let me go ahead and put this where? Right here. It's not going to go anywhere, is it? And I happen to have that right here. Are you not offering grading right now? Well, not PSA grading. PSA grading's shut down. But we have CGC grading, and we have BGS grading. Those are still really good. We used to have tag grading as well. Tag grading was really good for us. Tag grading was doing great. And then tag shut down. Freaking tag shut down. So terrible. All right, let me have a sip. Almost done. The last round is right here. All Pokeballs. Flareon, Houndoom, Umbreon, Slowpoke. 8, 9, 9, 7. Woo! Man, PSA is so harsh. Those are prismatics, so you have to think this guy probably went real deep in the prismatics, right? And then it just fully handled him. Didn't give him the SIRs, probably. Probably gave him some nice Master Balls to get excited about, right? And then those Master Balls are not even 10s. Shows you how very rough it is to open cards. You are. Looks like he must have opened a lot because these are some good Master Balls, and you don't just pull good Master Balls in one shot. He's got 4 of them, so that's a lot of product. All sub 10. Trevor Carpenter. I gotta make my handwriting somewhat readable. There we go. I was shopping at Walmart after work because I was just buying some food for dinner. Nothing special. And I ran into poor Miss Alexis at Walmart. Ah, devastating. Imagine thinking you're just like free and private and you can just shop for food and then, run into your coworker. How are you? How many Silver Deck cards did you grade? I graded quite a couple, I think. Actually, I'm not sure. I think I graded the very best ones, though, because I saw Umbreon come through, I saw Pikachu come through, and I saw Sylveon come through. All right, that's a lot of cards. We need to move these off to the side now, and I need to take a picture of Miss Alexandra's stuff, too, because she likes to have her pictures taken. Let's see. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. A lot of those. And I believe these are hers right here. So let's take a quick picture. All right, I'll take a picture real fast. We'll close this. And I'll zoom and click. Oh, wait. Got posted in the right. Got posted in her channel. All right, try that again. She bought that Staff Lunatone right away. The Staff Lunatone was originally a Tag 9. And then we sent it to PSA and it turned into a PSA 10. I'm telling you guys. Tag grade's harsh, man. Real harsh. Can you pile them up and I buy them all? Yeah, you like the poker silver? Maybe. I have to think about it. Put this over here. I'm kind of holding the poker cards. So some poker cards, they get sold because they're not very good for breaks. But the ones that are very best for breaks tend to be the ones, you know, everybody wants them. Excuse me. All right, the queue is open. Let's fix this camera. It's kind of looking at the ground there. Let me show off what I got again real fast. Yeah, like, look. Yeah, that's hot, man. But see, that makes a good break, too. And we do like saving these cards for breaks. That's the problem. Cyndaquil, Dragonite. It's a lot of money, too. That's the other thing. There you are. What am I better off doing? A slow burn or a fast burn? My brain tells me the slow burn. You know why? Because I know PSA is closed. And I don't know how long they remain closed. So my brain's telling me the slow burn's probably better than the fast burn. All right, let's see. Poor Cubone. So I feel that this was a regrade, I suspect. That one was a likely regrade. Totodile silver. Cubone silver. So there's another Cubone. That's nice. Yeah. Blue Vaporeon. That's cool. I'll try and get them out here. There we go. Those reverse Mario cards are hilarious. They're funny, but at the same time, it's like, come on, bro. I just want my cards. And then they didn't grade any of the... They didn't grade any of my Kirby cards. I'm so disappointed with that. They grade the Mario cards, but not the Kirby cards. I think that they're just being kind of lazy because they have too much work to do. So they're saying, oh, we're not going to do that. Figure that out some other day. Get this order out of here. You know, I think that's what they're doing. They're saying, we don't want to handle something... You know, like they didn't want to enter a new card set or they didn't want to research it or whatever. Like I might be the very first person grading those. Look at that. Wow. Now this is a Silver Deck Part 2, isn't it? That's Silver Deck Part 2. Now, this Tyranitar, I want a better look at him. Oh man, I can't believe that got a 9. That sucks. I want a better look at this Tyranitar because I'm pretty confident he's a regrade. Okay. Look at that, man. Woof. That's real good. I want to see. So, yep. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. This is the one. Can I bring this close to the camera? So there it is. That's the indent right there. I believe this is why it failed a 10 last time. And I wrote that down. And I said... From PSA, going back to PSA. So I regraded it. Cost me... Oh, is the camera really going to do this to me? Come on, dude. God, dude. All right. So it came back from PSA a long time ago, and I just sent it back to PSA, and this time it's going to be a 10. Isn't that nuts? It's kind of outrageous. I'm still happy to have a 10, but here's the deal. It should have been a 10 the first time, because in my opinion, it was a 10. And obviously here you can see in PSA's opinion it's a 10. They were too picky the first time. You almost can't see it. It's such a subtle issue. You almost can't see it. It's almost invisible. So either, I don't know, their rule is too strict or maybe it's too loose. It's, you know, it's anyone's say, but obviously one grader thought it was bad and another grader thought it was good. And so this is what we call a borderline card. It's a weak 10. It's not a strong 10. And... It's still a 10, though, and gonna sell for the whole 10 price, I'm sure. So annoying, dude. Isn't that annoying? Wow. That's just upsetting. All right. It's not like, again, I'm happy to get a 10. It's just I had to waste, you know, I had to do a whole second round of grading. How much money and time did I lose with that? You are. Okay, putting these back down. Raikou, you can keep. I got him already. Put this over here. And we're going to put this over here. Now, I'm pretty confident that the Espeon you see there is also a regrade. There should be an Espeon and an Umbreon. I believe we saw the Umbreon, didn't we? These two were a regrade. The Mimikyu got a 9, and the Rocket Zapdos got a 10. So, the Mimikyu just regraded into a 9, but the Zapdos got upgraded to a 10. There it is. This is one of the biggest changes, from a 6 to a 9 on that one. Okay. This went from a BGS 9.5 to a PSA 10. So that was a regrade. Wonder if any regrades I'm missing, like not aware of. Ah, look at this. That's a pretty good card from the Silver Deck. This was a regrade from a 9 to a 10. Tag 9 to PSA 10. So this one's an upgrade from a Tag 9 to to a PSA 10. This is crazy too. This Squirtle, I can't believe that got a 10. That Squirtle getting a 10, that's gonna pay like $500. I almost guarantee it. Like if I list that up on eBay for 500, it probably sells. It probably sells close to 1,000 even. I think it's possible if you just wait it out for like the right buyer. Okay, such cute Mario cards. What's cool about the Mario cards is they don't have to be like insanely expensive, but the best ones aren't exactly cheap either. Like this Bowser right here, he's not going to be cheap. Ah, there it is, gold. There it is, gold. And then look at this crap. Oh my God, dude. All right, so those are the silver poker cards I graded. I'm going to be honest, I'm not so sure I want to part with them too fast. I think that they would do well as red label breaks, especially the most popular ones. But I want to just see this Umbreon as well. So, yeah, so these two were clearly from a deck that I didn't grade much of. So I got a PSA return back, and I didn't like the grades on it. That's what happened. And if we scroll up here, I bet you we find those two. Yeah, look, here's that birthday Pikachu. Check it out. There he is. He's a 9, but now he's a 10. Okay, so he turned into a 10. And just give me a minute here. I'm going to go looking for stuff. Let's see. So many cards in this channel, so there's quite a lot actually to review. You kind of have to keep scrolling until you find something. You're like, oh, that's the one. Yeah, look, here was the... was tag 9, so here's the Mimikyu, and there's the bird. 8.5 to a 10. Oops, sorry, I'm not even showing it properly. 8.5 to a PSA 10. Crazy. Tag grading, too harsh. Too harsh. They're too harsh. Now look at this. Both were 9.5s being sent now to PSA. Look at that. So these must have been Beckett, maybe? I don't know if they were Beckett, but they were something. Both 9.5s. What could that mean? Tag doesn't do a 9.5. Where'd I get those from? Did I grade gold cards with... I don't think I did. I don't remember. Weird. Let's see. Any others we noticed? Yeah, so this one was a BGS 9.5 turned into a PSA 10. 2 PSA from BGS. Weird. I should have mentioned if it was a Beckett 9.5. I should have mentioned it. Let's see. Look at this one. You guys saw this one over here. So this was a Lunatone 9 just sold to Miss Alexandra. That's tag 9 regraded into PSA 10. Man, these grading companies are not consistent. And this one's really ridiculous too. Graded PSA 9 or PSA 6 regrading to PSA, and now to PSA 9. Crazy. So those regrades are proving that you should definitely stop and regrade cards if it truly looks borderline and it's a very expensive card. Having a second opinion is not such a bad idea. Maybe a third opinion, you know, maybe you just don't give up on it. Ah, right here, look. This graded PSA 9 has no visible flaws other than tiny dot impression on back. Considered borderline to me, regrading with PSA. And now that's sitting on the table and it is a 10. What? That's so wrong. Doesn't that just feel like ridiculous? It feels terrible. I guess it's probably always going to be this way. Like, how will they ever fix that? I don't think there's a way. When you have a borderline card, I don't think there's a way to always get it to grade the same way in their system. It's always going to be a little bit different each time. And if you get a good roll, like luck, you're going to get a 10 on it. Now, I don't understand why one got 10 and one got 9 here. That's too bad. Morning from the UK. Hey, what's up, man? All right. Any others? Any other interesting ones? Going to CGC. I got a couple cards going to CGC. I'm really excited when those come back. So we got some real cool cards. Some real expensive cards went off to CGC. They're in the current CGC submission. So I'm very curious what those come back as. Now, I got to admit, Mr. NHCC, I'm in a little bit of an accumulation phase for the poker cards, more so than I was in the past, because I feel now we're at that point with the poker cards where so much harder to find a sealed deck of them, so much harder to get PSA to grade anything, and you know, they've been discovered. People are aware of them. They're not so random anymore. They're not so rare. They are rare. They're not so unknown. People are starting to recognize poker cards have gone up in price, and they're just really cool looking. So here's what we got back. And I probably do want to keep some of them just for breaks. Let me show you the ones I'd like to break. Umbreon, definitely. Lugia. So I'd like to break these two for sure. Umbreon, Lugia are easy breaks. I'd also say probably the Pikachus are breaks. Boy, they'd look cute together, wouldn't they? And then after that, you got this smaller pile. Man, I'd even say Dragonite's a break and Cubone's a break. I'd say those two are pretty easy breaks too. We just sold a Dragonite into Slab away, and so now I have one more, and I could save this one as a break, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, let's see. Maybe just this one Pikachu. Like that. I like that artwork on this Pikachu because I feel like I recognize it, but I don't see it very often. So we try to store some cards away for breaks so that we have something always going on, right? And that includes for poker cards. Here we are. The Sleepy Poker card Cubone got relisted from 700 to 1,000. I was keeping tabs on eBay. He got relisted to 1,000. Did you say Sleepy Poker card? You're talking about that one? All right, here we are. When they're all up on the table like this, doesn't it look ridiculously good? Look at these. Man, that looks cool. I like how these are all Gen 2. Right, you just stare at them for a while. Did I already put some stuff to the side? Look at this, guys. Wow. Just nuts. I truly feel Poke-wealthy when I'm holding these. That's like a photo right there. That's your centerfold photo. Man, that looks cool. I don't know why, but poker cards just don't do it for you. I gotcha. I gotcha. Again, they do remind me of the Top Sun cards. Have you seen the Top Sun cards? And for me, I like them. Actually, I guess part of it, Mr. Jack, is they've been a huge financial success too. So, you know, it's fun enough to collect something that you think looks good, but to also have something that's going up in price. You never played like poker or blackjack or anything like that growing up? When I was a kid, we played a lot of card games. One of our favorite games was called War, but we would also play eventually poker because, you know, as kids, we discovered how poker worked, and then we were all teaching each other and playing that a bunch when I was a kid. So we actually liked playing poker, and I remember being with a Catholic youth group, and I was teaching them how to play poker, and we would play poker on a bus, on buses out to Washington, D.C. We are. Put that over there. Sorry, I meant crying Cubone. Let's see. The Pika you're willing to let go of, I got off you already. This one I think should probably be a break. Some of these need to be saved for breaks. Like these three right here should be considered for breaks. I might be willing to sell the rest of these cards right here. So we got Poopachu, Cyndaquil, this Dragonite, yeah, Raikou, Totodile. Cubone I feel should be a break. Do you think Cubone should be a break, guys? He's borderline. He's borderline. Same with the Suicune. He's borderline. So these I'm ready to price up. Are you interested in any of these right here? But I think these should be saved for future breaks. They're going to be red label breaks, obviously. Except this here. That's the three I need. Well, that's the three everybody wants. That's the three everybody wants are those three. Let me sleeve these. I'm going to sleeve these up. No, I'm not going to sleeve these up. I'll set these to the side on the grading or the to be priced pile. All right, you tell me if you're interested in any of these, because these will get priced up and sold either way. If any, that's an 8. I didn't even notice that. If any of these meet your needs, you just mention it, okay? But those last three are the three that are going to do well in breaks. So those are the three I need on my side. Here we go. If the Cubone is for sale, I'll buy it. Yeah, let me get a price on the Cubone real fast. I think I saved the other one already. So I had 2 of these, and I think I already saved one for a future break. Sui, Toto, Rai, and Pika I don't need. Okay, let me take a look at this. Ready? Poker playing Cubone. There we go. I'm going to take the Cubone. It says NHCC. Whoa. He's so affordable. He's $1,000, bro. Wow. I didn't realize. I'm telling you, these cards have gotten so expensive. And look at this. So they've sold for a variety of prices, I notice. But there is one that did actually sell in May for $1,000. That still seems kind of high, though. Wow, I don't know, man. Let's see how many people are watching it, at least. Just one person watching it. So there's just one Cubone for sale, and it's for $1,000. It's sold for less than $1,000. It's also actually sold at $1,000. Ooh, I can't decide. Well, here are some thoughts I have on it. Ours is freshly graded from PSA. It's got the latest cert. What does this one have? It also has the latest cert. Ours is freshly graded, and it could be really hard to get more Cubones up there. Let's get a scan on his, don't tell me the price, just take my money. I just told you it got relisted. Let me scan this one. I want to see the pop on it. I'm just really surprised by that. That seems too high, doesn't it? Population 33. Wow. All right. And grab this. There we go. I'll probably do 970 on this guy. There it is. So that's the Cubone. And while you guys are thinking about if you want that, let me go ahead and hit refresh on this. Crazy, man. Here's Mr. Jack Gray. He says, 1 live, 1 SpongeBob, and shipping. Should have 2 to 3 slabs and 1 from PSA's return. Nice. All right. Mr. Jack. Okay, so let's get that live custom. Let's get that SpongeBob for you. Okay, it's me watching. It's selling from PSA. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cubones are doing well, huh? We saw that Chinese exclusive Cubone had gotten up to almost 1,000 too. One cold one. I'm sorry, man. Let's get those SpongeBobs. So SpongeBob's back here. I ordered a nice big restock on these SpongeBobs, by the way. Okay, there it is, SpongeBob. How about that Squirtle Quest card, huh? From a 6 to a 9. Now I get to sell him for a respectable price instead of selling him for like a, oh, please take my Squirtle price. We have the Fly of Despair. What? Here's Shiny Bubble, Captain Magma, Brain Coral Fields, and I can turn into a skyscraper. Wow, that's an old one. Very nice. All right, Mr. Jack, let's get you all set up for shipping. Man, Alexa's just got so much shipping done today. I'm really happy with that. I got to put it out to be picked up somehow. It is. I don't think it's going to rain tomorrow, is it? Got to think about my strategy here. Today, I mean. Grab this. She did a great job. I think she caught up on a lot of it. There you go. So Monday should be the final catch-up, I imagine. Mister, you don't do a binder break anymore? We were doing a binder break, but the interest for it kind of died off a little bit. Do you miss it? Okay, there you go. I can put another one together. Wouldn't be too hard. All right, let's bring this down. Mr. Jack. Mr. Jack. There we go. Oh, yeah. We're going to put these in here. There we go. Yeah, I don't have a binder right now. I actually created a binder break where it's in a real effing binder. How cool is that? And then I turned it into a $40 1 in 5, and nobody wanted it in. Didn't sell. Nobody wanted it. All right, Jack, let's get this label. Oops, let's get these out of my way. I'd love a chance to win a full one. I have it. I can put it back up for sale if people want it. It's a $40 buy-in, okay? I thought it was maybe like a failed experiment. I was prepared to throw in the towel. Okay, Jack, I've got the same address as before. It's saved. Let me compare it to what it says on your... Okay, what I'm seeing in here is different from what your PayPal says. So it sounds like we may need to update your shipping. If I'm going to get that coupon, I may as well get it from TCC. So much poker, let's play blackjack. Here it is. All right. Yeah, I don't know if NHCC was going to snatch it or you or whatever you want to do. Let me grab this. So I'm grabbing your email and I'm grabbing your phone number. And is Mr. I sent already, homie. Sorry. See, that's what I was thinking. So is Mr. Jack Gray here? I don't want to misship this, but you know, I'm going to have to go update his address now. All right. It's an international one. He says here, okay, so just let me, I'm going to skip this. Just let me know that you're okay with me updating your address. You wanted that to happen, right? You got a new address and it needs to be updated, right? Wow, it says our sales are up 23%. That's crazy. We're having a very good month for some reason. I don't know what's going on. So here it is, Mr. Jack. He says that's fine. Okay, good. Yeah, we will make sure we ship it to the right place. We're going to grab all these. I hear you guys are having a little bit of a heat wave out there. You staying cool, Mr. Jack? So is France, apparently. All right. Let's go ahead and edit this. Let's see. It's so humid, it's unbearable with no air conditioner. That sucks, dude. Where I live, we get a heat wave every year, but that's just the standard thing. So it's every year. And so I started running my air conditioner like 3 months ago, and I run it every single day. In fact, this home has 2 very large air conditioners, and I have to hire a guy to come out and clean them sometimes, and that costs like $150. So this home is large enough that it requires 2 air conditioning units. They're outdoor units that then plug into the home, and the home is designed with these big like air tubes in it, and it pushes the air throughout the whole home. That's how we do it in America. I know the UK doesn't do air conditioning as often because typically it's pretty comfortable in the UK. It's nice and a little bit chilly, maybe a little warm for a little while in the summer, but usually not that hot. But yes, not over here. It's so hot, you have to have air conditioning. Everyone will die of heat exhaustion if you don't have air conditioning. All right, we're going to say playing cards. We're getting pretty far along here, Jack. Okay, we're going to set the weight to 2 pounds. And now, what to set the value to? Okay, I'm gonna set a value, all right? So you said you had a couple slabs. I'm going to set the value to 180, okay? All right, that's what we're declaring it as. We can't declare it as 0 because they won't accept that. They'll be like, I don't know. AC in Missouri is necessary. So much swamp weather. Yeah, Missouri is not even that bad. If you look at places like Texas and Florida, they get much hotter. I think it's called like the Sun Belt or something like that, isn't it? They get hot, man. Missouri is a little further north from them, just enough that we kind of evade some of that intense weather, and it cools down. Pretty cold in the winter for us, and then we do get really intense weather for just about 2 weeks in July, and then that disappears. So yeah, we get touched by it. It's not quite as bad. All right. So here's a Heracross Gold. Here's a King Bradley. That Meganium's only 100. Here's Heatran. I don't know why that one's so cheap. That's a good deal on the Heatran, by the way. Okay. So now what are we doing next? We are jumping over here. Hunter Tipton wants 2 boxes of Sneaker Bunko. That is the next order, actually. 2 boxes of Sneaker Bunko. You got it, man. I would love to sell you these. have so much of it. I'm happy you're buying it. Okay, there we are. This is correct, right? Yes. Okay. So we're going to try and stay open as late as possible for you guys because we started late. So I apologize for starting late. There you go. Karis and I were hanging out. We were discussing some heavy things. What do we got here? We got Blue Hair Girl. Oops. Bayleaf was one of my favorite Pokemon. Got this. We have a special new break. Did you guys catch this break? New Star Wars break, 1 in 13. That's the sketch C-3PO and R2-D2. Pretty good looking. There we go. Okay, what we got? Oh! That's a hit. This will be worth more than a lot of the signatures that you can pull out of this set. That card in a PSA 10 will sell for like $400. You just did very well, Mr. Hunter. It's not easy to pull it either. We all thought that Sneaker Bunko Volume 2 would be as lewd as Sneaker Bunko Volume 1. But we started opening it, and it was pretty tame. So we thought, oh, okay, they got rid of the sexy cards. They didn't. They turned the sexy cards into box toppers so that they were very rare. Yeah, you get like 2 of these per case, I feel like. Maybe 2. Yeah, I think it's about 2. So there's about 2 of those pink-haired girls per case. And that is a phenomenal pull. Now, it's pretty much a guaranteed pull per case. But again, the cases aren't exactly cheap. So many booster boxes before even one gets pulled. Okay. So that Star Wars break is new. The Ghastly break is close. Check this Ghastly break out. Oh, that's the Charizard break. My bad. He's cool too, though. The Ghastly break. He's in the back somewhere. Tossing this. Boop. All right, what we got here? We got... Oh! Oh, you're having such a good time here, Hunter. Look at you, man. Oh, yeah. All right. You know what's crazy? Did you hear how quickly I grabbed your boxes? That's because I noticed there were like 2 spare boxes sitting in the hallway. So I grabbed those. I think they were from like a previous case. And they were just sitting in the hallway on like this bookshelf. So I noticed them today. And I grabbed them for you. And now you're just killing it. You got a signature. You got the pink-haired box topper girl. You're doing really well on these 2 boxes. But that also means that the open case, the one that you were working on the other night, maybe that's still leading up to a big Siggy. So that's how we're sitting on these. So whatever these were, if these were leftover boxes from a previous case, whew, that hot one was just waiting to be pulled. Is that a Siggy? This one is. This one right here. I kind of hit it, though. All right. Doggy girls. Bark, bark, bark. Here's this. If you ever don't want those Doggy Girl commons, you just tell your old pal, TCC. We'll take care of it for you. We'll get those taken off your hands. You can also donate a card, too. You can donate a girl card these days to the gym deck. That's totally allowed. We'll assign a sort of like a value to the card, like an HP. There we go. Oops. All right. Here's a hollow. Here's this girl with the earmuffs. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's the Doggy Girls. Very nice. You pull a couple of those Doggy Girls. Yeah, I think if you got those all graded up, those are worth it. Hey, look at that. That's a triple R of Megumin. Wow, this box is just giving you so much. Okay. Oh, yeah. Remember that promo that used to come with the scented towel thingy? Yeah, that was called Wheat Cross or something like that. Wick Sauce. And those were really weird. I didn't know what to think of that. I sold out of that. But yeah, that's pretty strange. It was like a perfumed girl in a bathing towel, and she'd be like, you know, she'd be like, hey. She'd have a look on her face like, don't look at me. Very, there you go, very weird. Very Japanese anime. Here we are. At least she was 18. You have no clue. All right. Probably none of these characters are 18. All right, here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Japan just does things differently. We do things a little differently over here. I got a TCC graded 10 copy of that towel. Here's the bunny girl. That's what I said. All right. Should have gotten this last pack done before putting all that away. Okay, there it is. Very nice. Good, 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 good. So you got all these hollows, but most importantly of all, you've got this lovely signature and this lovely box topper. Congratulations. Wow, she's like so close to naked there. That's nuts. So curvy and so close to naked. And you guys wonder why the girl cards sell. Is it not? I can tell you 2 big reasons why the girl cards sell. 1, 2. There you go. I got a TCC graded copy of that towel card. Oh yeah, that's funny. I remember that. Yeah. There's some. I think you might have been the only one who asked for that. Here's Slowpoke 10 for 500. Here's Scizor 10 for 350. Here's Movie Edition Round 1 equals defeat. Here's Goblin Bombardment. And here is Lusamine. All right. Yes, so here it is. Mr. NHCC picking up the Cubone. Look at that Cubone. That's a big one. Now, you know, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually remove it from this sleeve. Because if we're going to ship this one over the border, we're not going to claim... We're not going to leave the label on it, okay? Just how we got to do things. No price tag on it. All right. Let's jump down here. Can't be doing no price tag. There we have it. All right. Guess this guy is pretty rare, huh? That's really interesting. Okay, put that away. There we go. And now we have Mr. JC. He was going to slab away that Cubone. What I'm going to do is put you down for store credit. You keep your eyes open for something else that you want, okay? All right. We actually have a lot of cards to price up now. So there'll be a lot of opportunities coming. Well, how about the website? What's that website doing? We have a Michael E. Burl. Michael, all right, Mr. Michael. He wants 1 Abyssai and 1 Chaos Rising. 1 Abyssai and 1 Chaos Rising. When's the next Pokemon set come out? There it is. There you go. There's a new Japanese set and there's an upcoming English set. I haven't even looked into those. I think the new Japanese one, the one with the Rayquaza, he comes in at the end of July, right? That one's going to be hot. I bet you that one gets really expensive. People just love Rayquaza. He's such a good Pokemon. All right, let's see. And a cold one. All right. There it is. Michael Burl, we've opened up your packs. Michael Burl, that was 2 packs for you. We got Emolga. Kind of sounds like Ebola. All right. Now, I'm jumping up here. Is this a new bag situation? Is it a new bag? Ow. Okay, put that back. Michael Butler. New bag time. All right, let's get you a new bag. Welcome back, Michael. All right. We had Miss Kayla Taylor come in, and she went really deep. She got a lot of cards now. Okay. Thank you, Michael. Good. Let me have a sip of this. I'm Michael. Nice. How are you enjoying summer, Mr. Michael? Is it nice? It's about to get real hot where I live. It's going to be up in the 90s. Of course, it's already that hot in like Dallas, Texas. They're getting roasted in Dallas, Texas. They are getting roasted. Okay, we have an order from Michael Ibarra. Can I get 10 Poke Shuffles? All right, you guys share kind of a similar sounding name almost. It's nice in Seattle. Seattle, Washington gets nice, mild summers. So your summers are actually pretty fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. For you guys, with your weather, the tough part is when the spring and the fall come around, the weather declines really rapidly. It gets cold real fast. Some states... What? You got the dragon coin? Wow, that was so easy. Okay, but just the dragon coin? But no, that's good. That's $90. So you've gone from 50 to 90. And if you don't want it, you can re-roll it. So that's 1 silver ounce. But it's not just about the amount of silver. This is a piece of silver that's been minted in Australia. And then it has a perfect grade on it. So the MS70 is the equivalent of the PSA 9. How do I show this off? Hello? Will it not focus? It won't focus on it. Dude, that makes me angry. Focus on it. Oh, there it goes. Whoa, I touched the screen and it focused. Wow. How cool is that, man? All right. Actually, it's raining right now in Seattle. Oh, yeah, Seattle gets a lot of rain too, doesn't it? MS70 is the same as PSA 9. No. Did I say 9? PSA 10. PSA 10. Yeah, they have a weird system. They go like MS70, MS69, MS68. So PSA 9 is more like an MS69. But for them, MS70 is the top grade. Should be PSA 10. What was I about to say? My bad. I was probably trying to figure out how to get the camera to focus. Oh, the camera's not focused now. Why is the camera not focused? There it goes. Freaking camera? What are we thinking here? Hey, what's up, Mr. CS, man? How's it going? How's it going, baby? Let's see. So that's for Mr. Michael. I'll keep it. Good choice. Good choice. So you now are the proud owner of a very nice piece of silver. I could put a fresh piece of silver back into the Poke Shuffles. I wonder if I should do that. It's your introduction to rare coin collecting. There we go. All right. Let's get rotation on. Look at this. Ta-da! Check out that Slowpoke, huh? And he's only $500. So cheap, so affordable. Here's Ash Ketchum, Population 13. Here's Elekid. Here's Trico for 300. This is the trade Trico right next to it. Any slab from this new return I would be interested in? Potentially. Yeah, we showed it all off kind of like twice. What do you guys think? You guys tell me, what do you think were the best cards in the return? Here's some of my favorite cards in the return. You want to see it? Ace of Spades Pikachu. 4 of Clubs Charizard. And Pokemon Gold Set Tyranitar. Man, that's cool, man. The Tyranitar. Cool. Ooh. All right, let's see what we got going on now. I have one of those Ash Ketchums. Scrolling up here, I'm checking the website. I think we're caught up. Yes, we're caught up. All right. So we got a lot of cards that we can sell. I think we need to price up these cards over here that were requested to go up for consignment. So we've got 4 new consigned cards. Uda, Koala, Trafalgar Law, and Nami. Okay. The C stands for consign. Okay. So PSA 9, Nami, 053. Let's try this out. What's the population on the Taiwanatol, I wonder? Oh, he's rare. Watch this. I'll scan him. Oh, he's not on the top. I'll scan him. He's rare as hell, dude. He could be like Pop 3 or something. You're looking at a truly rare Tyranitar. Pop 3. How did I know that? All right. So he's a Pop 3 card. The odds of that number going up a lot, not that high. Not that high. Pretty rare. So Nami, alternative art, EB3. Let's type in EB03. Now, I'm just not seeing it. Oh, here it is. Okay, here it is. Not terribly... Oh, that's a PSA 10. Never mind. Okay, hold on. Wait. Let me check sold, maybe. Sold. Oh, I like Caesar salad for dinner, and now I'm like burping up Caesar salad. It's so stupid. I can't find this particular artwork. Oh, it's just terrible. So what I can tell you guys is the PSA 10 version of that Nami goes for $250. Okay, that's the PSA 10 version of it. And then I'm having trouble finding the PSA 9 version. Why did it grade it? Why did it grade 9 anyways? I'm just going to crack it and regrade it, Tammy. I don't know. I don't trust anyone's grades anymore. EB03. If I can't find a price, I'm going to come up with the price, okay? So we're going to start it at $100, okay? That's because if the PSA 10 is selling for $250, then we do a PSA 9 for $100. Okay. All right, we're going to start that at 100. Whoa. I just saw the thing that you deleted. Jesus Christ, dude. What the... All right, here's Trafalgar Law. Somebody's got 2 IQ. They got 2 brain cells left. God, dude. All right, we're going to say PSA 10, Trafalgar Law 062. That's also EB3. So this one might be going for a lot of money. Let's find out. So here it is, EB3. This goes for about 110. Damn, dude. Dang. So this goes for 110, but the Nami goes for 250 and a 10. Dang, the Nami was the one to have as a 10, huh? And then here's Koala. That's a really cool looking card. Again, kind of a bummer you didn't get a 10 on this one. Were we anticipating a 10? Man. He works for Disney. Yeah. Weird, man. So here's Koala. There we go. 042. Wow. This card is so expensive in a 10. It's $400. Let's try and find it in a 9 now. In a 9, this card, I see one for sale for $200. Here's one for $180. $180 it is. All right. So you're going to get $180 on this one. Now, Timmy, if you want any of these prices adjusted, you can just tell me. And then Uda. So there's Uda, and she got a nice 10. Okay. So this one shall say PSA 10, Utah 061. Well, shucks. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, but that's auction. So, okay, here we go. So we got Uda. Here we go. We've got, it's a bit cheaper, $75. Okay. Uda Extra Booster EB3 061. All right. $75. Now, keep in mind, if I do any major pricing mistakes, if I ever do a major pricing mistake on a consignment, we got to fix it for that person, okay? But I believe we got this right. All right. Yep. Tossing this up here. So these are all Tammy slabs. Nice. So new one piece up there. That's kind of cool, right? What time is it? 5:16. We can go a little later, guys. I started later, so we can go later. So you're feel free to send it in order if you want to have some fun. Let's see. We just finished pricing up some Tammy slabs. I feel like what we should do is take off a row of slabs from the table because the table's kind of too full. So let's take a row down. Here's that Lightning Giovanni's Nidoking. Okay. Don't forget about him. Here's $235 Mimikyu. Can you believe that? That's the correct price. If you look him up, he sells over and over again at that price. So those just got really expensive for some reason. Here's Ghastly is at 7 out of 13. He's pretty far along. This Ghastly needs 6 more people. But here's the Doodle Dimension. This is actually for sale. This is from my personal collection. It's a James C. Cathcart signature. He's the voice of Meowth, and he passed away. So he's passed away. He will not be signing any more of those. Think about it. He will not be signing those anymore. He's passed away now. All right. And here's the birds. Yeah, we could take the birds off the table. That would actually make probably some significant room. So these birds are being sold together. There's 3 of them. We can all be together. Here's Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos for $285. Just a really beautiful triple pair. Mister, I just discovered Majestic Dawn set. Yeah, that's right. That guy was the voice of a couple things. I think he played the voice of Gary Oak as well. And I think he played the voice of James sometimes. So he was the voice of a few things. Where do we put the birds? The birds are, I guess we'll put if we put Zapdos in the front, we'll put the birds in the Z box. So that'll be simple. All right, let me take a picture here. So many beautiful cards. I can see we have a Poker Tyranitar in the All Slabs channel. You know, I had 2 of those. One of them's already sold. So that's the last one that's still available. So this shall go into the M box. The Doodle Dimension trading card. These go in the Z box, I believe. Yes. One piece Monkey D. Luffy will go in the M box. And since Zapdos starts with the Z, we'll put this into the Z box. Make that a little tighter while it's in there. All right. That Meowth isn't graded, just authenticated. Yeah, so the Meowth card itself is not graded. What is graded, or I guess authenticated, is the signature, which is the most important part. The Meowth card is from a fruit. It's a fruit roll-up promo is what it is. If he graded it, it might have gotten kind of a lower grade. It's not like in super good condition. Here's Flaffy, but that didn't really matter to me when I bought it. I just wanted the signature more than anything else. That is a unique round of cards. We have those square cut cards, Parasect and Rhydon. Now, they are graded 5 and 6. I don't think it matters, does it? They're square cut. You know, they're not in good condition because they're square cut. Of course, they're in bad condition. So we've got some very rare jungle cards available here. That's a vintage card. So you're looking at a vintage jungle Rhydon, and he's just really weird because he's square cut. All right. Good, good, good. Derpy Obbirds from Pokemon Go. Hey! Be talking about the Derpy Obbirds that way. Here's Dark Persian got a 9. Here's Diglett got a 9. Ah, we got the Totodile with the 10. That's nice. Movie edition, New Friends and Farewells. Here's a Snivy 10. Here's a Tingle 10. That's kind of fun. And here is a Porygon 9. Here's Dawn card, Lucci Gold. All right, we got Lucci Gold. Let's take a picture of this. Is there a Typhlosion poker card? Ooh, you know, I have a Typhlosion Black Label. You want to buy that from me? So I didn't get a Typhlosion back today, but I do own a Typhlosion. poker card. I have Typhlosion poker card, red or black label. Nope, these two guys, this guy, these go into the Z box. And this guy will actually go into the M box. And this guy will go into the D box. I'll be happy to part with it for $5,000. Actually, I don't know. It's a vintage card. Should I really even bother selling something like that? It seems like something to save. All right, now Anthony Haymeyer also asked for all cards to be put on consignment. So we got 2 Ooyamas. Oh wait, I also have a Typhlosion poker card. I meant the Totodile Evolution. For alligator. I don't think I got one of those back this time. All right, we're gonna say Ooyamas Pikachu. Ready? We want the lowest price. Ooh, man, this card is so expensive. No wonder there was an upcharge. So we're gonna be about 2.5 thousand on the 6. Wow. Again, it's a big bummer that I sold my Ooyamas Pikachu because apparently this is like the card to have. I did not expect that. I underestimate Pikachu because I don't like Pikachu. But somebody likes Pikachu. Okay, Ooyama 2.5 for the 6. They're just so expensive. Okay. I used to have a PSA 10 of this, and I sold it to Miss Jen. Okay, that's going to be a 7. And it caught me off guard. I had no clue it'd be this expensive. Now, wait a second. The PSA 7 is cheaper than the PSA 6. It doesn't make sense. So PSA 7 is $1,950. So we know that number's not right. The 6 isn't allowed to be more expensive than the 7. That's not how it works. So first of all, let's get this price up here. It's a black label silver deck. It is. I think it is. This will say, let's call this 1,950. And then this has to be lowered. It can't be, this can't be more expensive than the 7. It just doesn't make any sense for it to be more expensive. That means there's a lack of availability of the 6s, but it just can't be that way. So if that's 1950, we'll make this 1,700. Okay. Meaningfully cheaper, but not insanely cheaper. Now here's Mew Hyper Rare. Ready? We're going to say PSA 9, Mew 205. This card's pretty easy. It's about $55. Yep, 55 it is. So that's not expensive. It's a cute 9. All right. Let's say consign right here. Good. And the Black Winter Thor. That's the name of this one. Black Winter Thor. PSA 10. Thor. Weiss. Stamp. All right. I can't find them. Computer. Show me Thor stamp. Let's try. Thor Weiss stamp. What if we change this? Let's say PSA 10 Weiss Thor stamp. Let's try putting it in the correct order. Maybe that will affect what it shows me. So I'm just not getting this particular card. Like here's a God of Thunder Reborn. Here's a I Am Iron Man stamp. Here's Thor and Loki stamp. Here's a War of the Realms Thor gold stamp. Now that one's for $230. Man, we're just not getting it. Maybe I just take a picture and find the raw card for a second. Let's take a picture. So we know that the most expensive Thor stamp card is like $230. All right, and here's this card. Okay, so what's cool is there is a BGS 10 for 220, so that helps. And the raw card costs about $90. All right. I think I'm gonna start this at. So if you get a pristine Beckett 10 on this for 220, we're gonna start this one at 180. Let's do 180. Okay, maybe 190. We'll put it up here for 190, see where it goes. All right, got his name on the back? Yep, good. All right, there we go. 190, 55, 190, 1,950, 1,700. Woo! I'll take it, along with the Dragonite and Cyndaquil. Let me go grab Dragonite and Cyndaquil. Let's see. You know, I have another, I mentioned this before, I have another of these Cubones. Is Mr. JC still here? Maybe I should give him this one, if he's interested in it. Wait a second, where'd the Cubone go? Oh, this was the pile of breaks. That's what it was. Is Mr. JC still here? I should give him this Cubone. Ah, here we are. Okay. I put this honest card on top. So you're looking for the Dragonite. And you're looking for the... I'm interested in getting the Cubone. Why don't I give you my second Cubone? So I had a second one, and I was saving it just for a break. So since we have two, I'll just do the same price for you. And we'll get you set up with it. So that's Mr. JC. Oops. Problem solved. There you go. All right. So I'm going to jump into the Discord server. I'm here looking while I'm working, making money. Nice. Here's the slab away. And we're going to click edit. You would be about right here. We're going to say, I'm going to start you out as July 2026. Jonathan Cham. PSA 10, Cubone, Poker, $970. Now you sent $150. So you sent $150 and 20 of that is toward the slab away. So we got to apply 130 to the card. That would be 870 minus 30, which is 840, I think. So 840 remains. Yeah, it's not easy to do math when you're tired. I think I did that right. Okay, so we can toss this away now. And we'll just put this over here into slab away. Now, as for these gentlemen, Cyndaquil and Dragonite. I left you, bro, one for you and one for me. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I was trying to save one of the Cubones for a break. But I don't know. We actually have some pretty good break material. I don't know if Cubone's considered like S tier for breaks. Lugia definitely is. Lugia and Umbreon are definitely S tier for breaks. Okay. Now here's Cyndaquil. These are both pretty good too, actually. You know, Cyndaquil, Dragonite, nothing wrong with them. Okay, now I believe somebody had already snatched a Dragonite from me, had they not? God, this is so annoying. It's a stupid coin. Let's see. Yes, all right. So that gives me a hint at what the Dragonite's going to cost. Ready? Dragonite. Ooh-wee, man. Gold, silver, huh? I think I went with the silver one. The one in the UK. All right, so we're going to do... If you're buying this one outright, I've noticed Gold Deck is grab this. All right. Oh, we already put a sticker on him. Let me go ahead and grab this. I'm going to do, to be honest, so the Dragonite's going to be set up for about $340, okay? And then the Cyndaquil. Let me look this up. I might buy that Dragonite. So this is Cyndaquil. Now, let's see. Cyndaquil. $400. So we're going to do 4 honeys on the Cyndaquil. How's the Cyndaquil costing more than the Dragonite? Maybe there's more Dragonites available. All right, that's what we're looking for Cyndaquil and Dragonite. Okay, Mr. Garrett Nadal jumping in. He says Cyndaquil is cooler. That's a fair argument. Slab away Dragonite. Garrett Nadal that has come in for the Dragonite right away. Damn, dude. So I'm going to have to give it to him because he sent for it first. I apologize because I think NHCC was looking to grab that. I did not consider there might be somebody in the crowd looking to snatch this away from him. I need him. I need to end both. He's snatching it from you. Garrett Nadal sent for a slab away on this thing. He sent $100 for the slab away. I feel like it has to go to him because I don't know if we can call dibs on things. Should we just give it dibs? LMAO. Yeah, I think, and the CS-Man was thinking of buying it too. It's the crazy thing. He was saying he wanted to buy it. Man, but Garrett just jumped in before you guys. So okay, I'm gonna have to set it up for him. I should have asked for more money. That would have slowed it down. All right, let's go ahead and say July 26th. Garrett Nadal. Dragonite. Poker. 340. Minus 80, right? So let's see. 260 remains. Boom. All right. Let's see. I was on PayPal, LMAO. Listen to these guys. All right. So here's Cyndaquil. The Dragonite was popular. I had 2 Dragonites and they both got taken. Nice collection. Maybe I'll have some one day too, says Mr. Don. I think you will, Mr. Don. If you really want it, if you really, really want something. Here, I get a couple of these priced up too, huh? Since they're all selling. That's Totodile and Suicune. All right, that's Totodile. And Suicune's pretty solid. Yeah, I actually considered that Suicune should be one of the cards we hold for breaks. All right. All right. Times have changed, man. I'm having an Insomniac episode. Insomniac. There. I'm sorry, bro. Is there a difference with the Lugia and the Ho-Oh on the back? That's a good question. It's hard to say. It seems like sometimes when you look at the listings, there is a difference, but sometimes when you look at the sold, there isn't a difference. You know? I'm looking at last sold on Totodile, and then I'm comparing it to this, and there's a pretty big leap. Well, so it's complicated. There's a lot of different Totodiles here, right? So there's Totodile from Silver Deck Part 2, and and Totodile Gold Deck Part 1 and Silver Deck Part 1. So the only Silver Deck Part 1 Totodile is a whopping $500. But I feel like that's too much. I feel like it's just overpriced. So it's just some guy who's got an overpriced Totodile for sale. What deck is that? That's the let's see. I don't know. Should I price mine as the Silver Deck Part 2, or should I have my own price for the Silver Deck Part 1? I'm just going to go with Silver Deck Part 1, but I'm going to be cheaper than the one listed on eBay by like $100. We're going to go with $400. So ours is cheaper by about $100 than the eBay one. How about this Suicune here? Suicune. Now, let's grab this. Suicune is really affordable. You know, I feel like there's an explanation for that. I feel like the reason why the Suicune's so affordable is because everybody grades the Suicune every time. So I think some of the poker cards kind of get passed up on, but nobody skips grading the Suicune, so there's just more of them. Isn't that interesting? That's my theory for the Suicune price. Ho-Oh would be goldback. Lugia would be silverback. Yeah, the truth is, if you really want to be a poker card collector, guys, you gotta have both. So I don't just collect like red deck only. I collect red, blue, green, and yellow. I don't collect silver deck only or gold deck only. I collect silver and gold. It's like they're meant to be together. They're a pair, the silver version and the red version. And that's what happens. Like if you actually go collect the poker cards and you finish the collection, you go, well, now I need the gold collection, or now I need the silver collection. So I look for value no matter what the back of the card is. That's kind of how I go about it. And I just kind of treat them all the same. I just, you know, for me, it's just like, you got to have both. It'll drive you nuts not having both. Like if you only have silver, you'll always wonder what it's like having gold. That's what'll happen. And then one day you'll be like, let's start putting the gold deck together, you know? All right. I kind of want to hold the Suicune. The Suicune definitely looks like he's in a price range that's surprisingly good. And I think he should be held for a nice cheap break, because I think he would be a fast moving break. In fact, he could even go in the live customs. So he's going to be set down here. Sorry about that, guys. He's really nice. We got this Raikou, and he just got an 8. Why'd he get an 8? It's got to be that. Look, that's the same thing the Tyranitar had. The little impression right there. I bet you it's that impression. Is it anything? Oh, you know what? It's got a gray dot right there. Pretty visible. All right, so I actually agree with the grade now. So 8's a bit harsh. I think they could have given it a 9, but it's got a gray dot. You got to catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Pokemon. All right. Raikou. This card should not be expensive. This should be like $35. All right, I don't even see one for sale. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it for 40 and just leave it alone for a minute. Yes. Ooh. See, I feel like I shouldn't even sell that one. That one should be a break. Both Pikachus are breakable. Say Pikachu, let's bring it up to PSA 10. And then let's say silver here. All right. PSA 10, Pikachu silver. Wow. Here is one for $600. Wow, dude. That is so expensive. And then I can't even find the other one. The one that I set aside. The Pikachu with the little electric cheeks, he appears to sell for more. He's more popular. That's because he's got the little electric cheeks, duh. He's so cute. Man, wouldn't it be interesting if I hosted them together as one gigantic break? That'd be interesting. Oh, let me grab this. They're sequential, aren't they? No, they're not sequential. Okay. I copped that Pikachu a long time off you for dirt cheap. Got it for 75. Yeah, so the Pikachus have definitely changed. These Pikachus right now, the cheapest Pikachu of this is 600. And then this guy for Silver Deck 1, you can't even find him. He's just not up there. So, now that's not a proven value for the cards. Like 600 is not a proven value. But it just shows you the availability of these are really constrained. It's really low. And that's usually the conditions you need for the prices to go up. So when there's just not enough to go around, that's when prices start to get pressured upward. So, man, it's cool, isn't it? That's cool. It's cool seeing something travel up in price like that. That's the Neo era, 2000. That's the year 2000. Look at that. Look how good this Pikachu looks. He just looks so like badass or something. You know what it is? The artwork on these remind me of like, you know, when you would buy like the video game and you flip it around, it's got like images of the Pokemon on the you know, the boxing. Looks just like that. It's so cool. All right. Whew. At artwork from yellow version. Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is the actual artwork from the yellow version video game. Is that what you're saying? You might be right. I don't remember. I'd have to look at it. Yeah, it looks hella cool, man. But you know what? It is 5:42 now, so we are 2 hours in. Gosh, I wish I hadn't started the stream so late. Friday night, and I missed the stream, huh? Let me hit refresh on this. Let's see. We have an order from NHCC, Dragonite, and Cyndaquil Slabaway, because I'm too lazy to go to the bank. So, I tell you what, for the Dragonite and the Cyndaquil, I tell you what, here's the Cyndaquil, and so you'll need to cover $20 more on that one, and we'll just take a picture of it. And that other gentleman stole the Dragonite. He was real fast about it. All right, let's see. We'll grab this. Let's go to what I'm going to do. I'm not going to add it to Slabaway. You can just send $20 a little bit later. And I'm going to take a picture here. I'm pissed. I know, he really swooped. So I would have to tell him like, oh no, somebody already called dibs on it. But we've never really had a dibs rule. It's always just been whoever orders it first. And you saw NHCC, CS Min, and Garrett going after the same card. So, man. It makes me wish I'd graded more of these. But, you know, my whole goal with these poker cards, I'm actually probably one of the biggest holders of the ungraded ones. So my goal is to grade these just a little bit at a time. I don't want to ever really affect the pop count on them. I want them to think these are like my dividends. So I want to grade these and sell them over like, how old am I? I'm 37, over like 13 years. So I'm just going to be grading and selling poker cards a little bit at a time, really slowly. And showing them off and showing them off and showing them off and showing them off and showing them off. And spreading the word like Pokerman Paul Revere. Helping people understand what these are, how old they are, how good they look. You know, poker's still played today. It's actually something you can go watch. People live stream poker, big poker matches for millions of dollars. So poker's still very much a played card game today. Same with blackjack. And so, oh yeah, look at that guy, man. What the? Dude, I got cards coming out of my ears, man. I don't know. My inventory scares me. All right, set that there. Got cards coming out of my ears over here. Take a look at these guys, huh? What do you plan on putting your feet up and enjoying your wealth? I have no clue, dude. I don't even know what that means. Like, what should I do? I've actually really considered just buying a little house in California and just living poor in California. But then again, I have to have a house large enough for my operation, and I want security from break-ins. So this house is very good for break-ins. It's nice and large, lots of, you know, you're able to do like reinforced doors and all the tricks, right? But if I buy like a little house in California and try to have a kid, I don't know how that would work. And so there's other options like Texas, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee. Might just move to Tennessee. I don't know. But then again, I feel like Tennessee is so similar to Missouri. I'm scared that I'm not like experiencing anything new in life. I'm just getting old, living the same life. Yeah, I don't know. All right, who copped it in the end? It was Garrett Nadal, okay? Garrett Nadal sniped it. Look at this Umbreon, huh? Gold Deck Part 2 Umbreon. Man, that's so good. That Espeon 9 is beautiful. He's pretty. Or she or something. All right. Let's see. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this guy? I love this. I think we were selling these for like $200 last time. Bowser Joker. And then, what else we got here? Oh, my Lanta. Heading to work on a Saturday. Princess Peach. So we got a lot of these poker Mario cards coming up. Some of them will be pretty cheap, actually. They won't be expensive, but the Bowser always will be. He's just so cool. And they don't all grade 10. I've graded a lot of the Mario cards. You typically have to go hunting for a Bowser that looks like he can grade a 10. So a lot of them are actually off-center, unfortunately. So dumb. Come on, PSA. They screwed up this order so many ways. They screwed up so many cards, and then they didn't even want to grade the Kirby cards. Like, what? I don't even get to have my Kirby cards graded. It's so crappy, dude. Well, guys, I think we will wrap up. Oh, wait, here's an order from, oh, that's that last $20. Nice. Okay, cool, man. So he's 100% yours at this point. Nice Cyndaquil. All right, looking good. That Black Label Typhlosion. Does anyone want to see that Black Label Typhlosion? Let me show that Black Label Typhlosion off. So I'm thinking about grading some... Where is it? I thought it was in this... Oh, here it is. I'm thinking about grading more cards with BGS, more poker cards with BGS to try and get... Why is this so stuck? My God, dude. To try and get more Black Labels. I just grabbed the whole box. Check this out. This is a part of my collection I don't show off as often. But there you go. Black Label Typhlosion. That's pretty cool. So for some Typhlosion collector, this is some holy grail card for sure. Did you take your bath at least? Hell yeah, dude. Now here's Garchomp. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I don't know what that's worth. It's probably not too crazy because it's, well, on the other hand, it's pretty neat looking. I don't know. I don't know what it's worth. This guy's definitely a 9. Maybe I should just sell him. I mean, the reason I'm holding him is because obviously I'm the Charizard poker card king, but I could probably sell a 9. I don't know. I decided to just hold this and not sell any of them. I got a lot. I've got a lot of these Charizards now. Here's a cool Porygon. Look at this. We were selling cool Porygon on $724 for $490, and nobody wanted it. And let's see what he goes for today. Now, obviously, we're going to look up the PSA 10 price. Cool Porygon. Wow, it's so foggy outside. Crazy. That's the English version. Yeah, we got the English version. So the cheapest Porygon, cool Porygon, is now $3,400. Did you guys catch that? 3.4 thousand. So even if we did half that price, it'd still be like, you know, like 1.7 thousand. Crazy. Doesn't look too bad. All right. Here's Zapdos Legendary Collection. He looks like a weak 10. He's got a little white dot up there. Yeah. Here's a Raikou 10. Cool, right? Okay. Doesn't look too bad. Here's Blaine's Moltres 10. Here's Gengar. This one looks really clean. This one definitely looks like it's just actually a 10. So that's nice. I think I bought this for like nothing. This card I think I bought for almost like, I think it was like $300 and that was it. And that was like a lot back then. Actually, I should be able to look it up. I don't remember what it was. What I remember at the time was the Kardos Gengar was getting expensive, and I found an SGC copy, and I bought it, and I was so proud of it because the price was so low because it was an SGC copy of the card. SGC Gengar. All right, let's see what we get. Oh, okay, so I was close. So I bought him for $470. And I think at the time this card would sell for like $900. So it was about half off. And I got it home and I immediately thought, wow, this card is so freaking good. Let's see what this card goes for today. That's the Pikachu Rumble card. Yeah, he is actually. All right, so check it out. So the only Kardos Gengars listed for sale anymore are $40,000, which is just stupid expensive. I don't know if I believe that they'll sell for that price, but maybe. Maybe. Let's check sold. Oh, what? There's a sold one right here for $44,000 on June 2nd. Is that real? Damn, bro. That's crazy. That's one of my favorite Gengars. And I own a couple. I don't know how many I own. I own like 3 or something. Let's see. Let's type in Gengar. What the fuck? I'm like excited I got him for 400. Let's see this one. Hold on, wait a second. So I have one listed on eBay apparently from the vault. It hasn't sold, so I must have listed. Oh yeah. So I listed him for 47,000. What the fuck? Should I sell? I feel like it might be foolish to sell. I don't know. I mean, that's such a high return. You know, you could lock in that. So I've got one list. I've got 2 listed. It says I have 2 listed. So I must have been aware of the high price. Okay, so I have one listed for 45 and one listed for 47. Look at that. But one actually sold recently for 44. There they are right there. One actually sold for 44,000, not mine. What's crazy is if we type in Kardos Gengar. Yeah, anyone who was chasing after Gengars for a long time did a good job. But take a look at some of these prices here. So, 740 right there. February 2025. Wow. And then there's that guy for 470. And there should be another. Like, there were 2 in the vault. How many do I have at home with me? Here's that Pikachu Rumble. He looks like a week 10. He might sell around the value of a 9 though, or maybe like a 9.5. So we got a couple week 10s over here. These are like week 10s, I'd say. But they're still really nice. And if you like keeping it in the SGC holder, all the better. All right. Because they say 10 when they're in their SGC holders. Look at these guys. Beautiful. Dude, I've never even seen that card. Seen a card worth that much in person. If I got what I got, that should be X4 more. Yeah, that man, that Rumble Pikachu was just kind of a purchase on a whim, and now I think he's really expensive. All right, let's put this back over here. I want to know how many of the Kardos Gengars do I actually own, because he was one of my favorites. So obviously I have 2 in. So here's a third one. I have 2 in the PSA vault. And I have 1 right in front of me. Okay, so I have 1 at home and 2 in the PSA server, PSA vault. And then I have the SGC copy. So I have a total of 4. That's what I have. I have a total of 4. Do I have any in here? I doubt I do. Yeah, okay, we're good. So I have a total of 4 of them. That's pretty cool. Wow. I don't know what to say to that. I can't believe 1 sold. Are you saying 4,400 or 44,000? I thought I saw it. I thought I saw 44,000. Let me just see if I'm wrong about that. No, I'm not wrong about that. Look, June 2nd, 44,000. That's not mine. Wow. Yours listed is 4,700. Is it? Let me look. If that was true, it would have sold. No. So mine's listed for 47,250. Man, that's so much money. Should I take them down, you think? I'm actually scared it'll sell. What's the population on this? 91? I can't decide. I'll have to think about it. All right. So I'll just pop back over here. It looks like these queues are cleared and it's 6 a.m. I think this is a good time to hop off, guys. Again, weirdly late started stream. I just want to apologize for that. We still had some fun, didn't we? We showed off some really cool cards that came back, and I've got a lot more. So I've got a lot more cards to show off and to price up, and we got some great breaks going on. I didn't show off the breaks too much tonight. I was too busy. But here's that Trico trade break. He's moving along. Here's that 151 Charizard break. He's pretty serious. We got, of course, the Quip art break and the new consign break, which is just a sexy waifu. We have the Heart break, which is the Neo Ghastly, and the Lightning break, which is this Nidoking, and this new Star Wars break. Wow, so much going on with the breaks. The table's just overflowing with them now that we've had all these returns. So we've got these great returns came in, and we just got so many good breaks going on. So I expect that that's probably going to continue, and some of these will climb forward slowly and go off, and I'm excited to see that happen. Came in just in time to leave. That's right. So I'm going to hop off now, and I'll see you guys for the Saturday nighttime stream, which we won't be late for, right? Right? All right, I'll see you there, guys.